Emma! Today's the day. I'm not waiting anymore. I've finally found my true love. Now please agree to the divorce so we can get this over with.
What? This again? Ken, you're in Japan on business. Don't you have better things to do with your time? Like, I don't know, go eat some sushi or something. You're not going to win this one.
Emma, I am dead serious about this. I want a divorce.
Ugh, great. Here we go again. Tell me, Ken, why do you want a divorce?
I've told you 1,000,000 times already. I've found my true love.
Uh-huh. And what's your mistress's name?
She's not my mistress. Don't call her that. She's my true love. Now divorce me.
Hey, Emma, do you have a minute? Hallie? This is a surprise. I looked up the time difference. It's still daytime for you over there, right? Right. Yeah, I won't be heading to bed for a few hours. What's up? Can you do a video call right now? If possible, I'd prefer to talk by video rather than text. Well, sure, that's no problem, but why? There's someone that I'd like you to talk to face to face. Who is it? Two people, actually. The younger sister of a coworker and her father. Huh? I don't think I've ever talked to any of your coworkers before, much less their family members. Yeah, this will be the first time you've met, but it's important, please. Okay, if you say so.
Divorce me!
Really, Ken? You know full well that it's the middle of the night over here.
Huh?
Don't me. You've lived here your whole life up until a few months ago. If you want to whine to me, at least wait until morning.
What do you want me to do, though? I'm desperate. I need you to divorce me. I can't do anything until you consent.
I told you, you're wasting your time. I'm not divorcing you.
Why not?
Because I don't wanna.
But you have to divorce me.
No, I don't. And besides, you're just using the fact that I'm in America and you're way over in Japan to try and hide your mistress's identity from me. And I'm not agreeing to the divorce until you give me her information. Now, good night. I'm going back to bed.
Come on, Emma. I'm being totally open about this. You don't need to know her name or anything. All you need to know is that she's the love of my life. How can you be so cruel? You're totally breaking my heart, Emma. Emma, pick up your phone. Divorce me!
Good morning, Hallie. Or wait, good, evening? You got it right the second time. Are you all ready to go? Yep, I was texting you to tell you that I'm just about to head out. Great to hear. So, how's the situation with you-know-who? He's getting even more obnoxious than before. Now he started sending me messages whining about wanting a divorce at all hours of the day, even when he knows I'm asleep. Just last night, I was laying down in bed when all of a sudden my phone blew up with notifications, and sure enough, it was him crying, "Divorce me! Divorce me!" Ugh, what a loser. Good grief, he is such a creep. I understand he's getting desperate, but come on, that's basically psychological torture. Not to mention, does he have any idea what position he's in? He has none of the power. He should be on his knees, begging, willing to jump through any hoops to get you to give him what he wants. Right? I really wish that there was someone I knew who could smack some sense into him for me. Ordinarily, I'd call his parents to do that, but they had a nuclear meltdown of a divorce and aren't on speaking terms. So that's not happening. He never had a close relationship with any of his other relatives, so that's not an option. And all of his old friends are back here in America. I'm completely at a loss for how to deal with him. Jeez. My frustration with him kept me up all night. I was exhausted from getting ready, but I still couldn't sleep. All the coffee in the world can't help me now. I'm so sorry, Emma. But the one saving grace is that it's clear that Ken is in serious trouble, and he knows it. You got that right. The wedding party is only 2 days from now. Okay, I'm just about to get on my plane. Gotcha. I'll be waiting to pick you up at the airport.
What the hell? Emma, what are you doing here?
Hey there, Ken. I gotta hand it to you. You look really nice in that tuxedo. What was it you told your girlfriend, Ken? Sorry, babe, I want to give you a formal wedding, but it's gonna have to wait until I get back to America and can work out all the details with my family. Something like that. And that's why instead of a real wedding, you're just having a wedding party with her family. It's a pretty good plan, Ken. Sorry things didn't work out as you'd hoped, though.
How did you get over here? Why aren't you in America?
You know, I've got to tell you about this fantastic new invention called the airplane, Ken. They're amazing. They can fly way up high in the sky.
Stop mocking me. You know that's not what I'm talking about. Why are you here? Why are you at my wedding party? I never told you about this party. I never told you about Aiko at all.
Speaking of Aiko, have you noticed something strange about this wedding party? Like the fact that the bride-to-be isn't there?
What?
You don't suppose this means she found out you were married and wants to break up with you now, do you?
No. You told Aiko we were married?
No, actually, she found out about that well before she contacted me to see if it was really true.
Then who told her?
A friend of mine works for a company that's a subsidiary of a Japanese company run by Aiko's father. And she was sent to work on an assignment in corporate headquarters 2 weeks ago. She just so happens to be working with Aiko's older brother, and they came to be pretty good friends. Such good friends that he invited her to come to your little party today.
Uh-oh. Your friend is over here too?
She was at our wedding too, so she's met you before and knows what you look like. And since we talk pretty often, she also knows that you were on assignment in Japan right now.
This cannot be happening.
One day Aiko's brother showed my friend a picture of the happy couple, and she knew right away when she saw it that it was you. She was honest with him and said she was pretty certain that the man in the picture was the husband of a friend of hers back in America, and that he might want to look into you. Of course, the most certain way to determine whether it was true or not was to contact me, which they did. I've been talking with Aiko, her brother, and your company as well. The decision was made that the best way to deal with it would be to have me come and confront you personally. And so, here I am, a stranger in the land of the rising sun, standing before my adulterous husband.
This is the worst. Come on, your friend just so happened to be working for the subsidiary company of the Japanese company Aiko's father is the CEO of? And all of this became known just in time for you to come to the party? How? How does something like this happen?
Well, I'd say it all started when you decided to cheat on me.
Her family is crazy rich. I was gonna be set for life. And now it's all over. Aiko dumped me. This may not be something you'd understand, but Aiko's dad is like some kind of a feudal lord over here. He has connections in every part of society. He's more powerful than the government. And thanks to that, my company found out about what happened. How could you do this to me?
Ken, really now? Are you still going to act like this is my fault?
But it is your fault.
It is? It's my fault that you started dating Aiko without telling her that you were a married man? Did I force you to do that? Yes, you thought that if you pestered me enough for a divorce, that I'd give in eventually, so you could be single just in time for your little wedding party. Is that right? Honestly, how did you ever think such a harebrained scheme like that was gonna work? Well, as painfully stupid as your plan may have been, you still were aware that what you were doing was not only wrong, but maliciously so. No, I don't see any reason to say that any of this is anyone's fault but your own.
Could you stop twisting the knife like that? I'm in enough pain already. When my company found out everything, they terminated my assignment in Japan months ahead of schedule. I'm gonna have to go back to America next week. So I'm coming home, and man, am I gonna have a thing or two to say to you when I get there. Emma, what's going on? Where are you?
Huh?
The house is half empty. You took all your stuff and left?
Oh, so you're home already?
Yeah. How else would I know that you're not at the house? I told you last week that I was coming home.
Phew. Wow, did I dodge a bullet or what? Once I made the decision that I was going to divorce you, I also decided to clear out of the house as quickly as possible. If I had taken a single day off, I wouldn't have made it out in time. So yeah, I moved out and I'm not coming back.
Where did you go?
Did you really think I would tell you if you asked?
Why won't you tell me?
Duh, because I'm divorcing you, you idiot. Now that I know you're back, I'll be sending my lawyer to your house to have a little chat with you about a few things.
Your lawyer?
Do I have to explain every last thing for you? I'm suing you. And I'd rather not have to hash out all the messy details in person, since that would just get awkward. So I'm sending someone who's a professional in dealing with cheating scumbags like you.
Emma, wait! The thing is, I'm kinda, broke.
Uh-huh. Aiko sued you for marriage fraud, didn't she? She got engaged to you under the false pretense that you were single.
Kinda, yeah.
I felt so bad about what you did to that poor girl that I decided to let her have her way with you before I had my turn. But don't worry, just because you're already penniless and ruined doesn't mean I'll hold back from giving you a second helping of your just desserts.
What?
Don't you know the old adage about a woman scorned?
Damn it! Now I have no choice but to sell my house. It's my house. I earned that house. I worked so hard to pay for it.
And you went ahead and burned it all to the ground because you had to chase after a younger piece of meat. Sad.
And worse, since my company assigned me to that position in Japan, I only actually lived in it for a couple years.
Not my problem. Tell it to someone who cares.
Shut up. You're gonna hear me out, like it or not. This is all your fault. You're the one who divorced me. You're the one who sued me. You did this to me. It's your fault that from now on, instead of living in the comfortable new house that I always dreamed about, I'll be lucky if I can find a half-decent apartment to live in.
Seriously, why are you blaming me for this? You did it to yourself.
If only I didn't lose my dear, sweet, precious Aiko. If only I still had her. Then there'd at least be a silver lining to this disaster.
If you still had her, that would have meant that your sick and twisted scheme to lie your way into her heart would have worked. So it's for the best that she's out of the picture.
Sick and twisted? How dare you? We were in love with each other. Real, true love.
You were a married man cheating on your wife in another country with a younger woman because you wanted to marry into her wealthy family. I don't think there was a single part of that could be called real, true, or love.
You have no right to be talking to me like that. Stop mocking my pain.
Sorry, I just can't help myself. There's just so much about you that is absolutely hilarious. But yeah, I think I've squeezed every last drop of humor at your expense that I can by this point, so I'm done talking to you. Don't ever contact me again. Goodbye.
I will never forgive you, Emma.
To tell the truth, I do kinda understand how bad he feels about losing that house. He was so proud of it when we built it, and when he got stationed in Japan, I swear he was sadder to be away from that house than he was to be away from me. Right after that, his company gave him another transferal order. This time, though, it wasn't to a nice, safe, developed country like Japan. Quite the opposite, actually. So it really didn't matter that he had lost the house, because he wasn't going to be able to live there anymore anyway. From what I hear, the place where they sent him is basically like the company's penal colony, where they send all the employees who screw the pooch too badly elsewhere. It's kind of a roundabout way of the company telling you, resign or else. It also came with a massive pay cut. But perhaps because he lost everything of value to him in America, he willingly accepted the assignment and quietly took off for an isolated and undeveloped country on the opposite side of the globe. Understandably, his troubles didn't end there, though. The country was so isolated that nobody, not even the people who he was working with, understood English. Ken also didn't speak the local language, and without anyone to teach him, he was left to sit by himself, wondering what the locals were saying about him when they laughed and stared.